Hello, Queen.
What up, girl?
Welcome to my home, and welcome to all of you.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there.
What is this, you ask? This is a little ditty we do for the last 3 years called Covered Dish.
And we're so thrilled you joined us tonight for a special in-person dish.
Kel Surprise.
Kel Surprise, as our favorite Angie Healy would say. She's so French. Girl, how are you?
I'm good. You know, one of the many, many things that I appreciate about the show, you know one of the things I'm really loving tonight?
Tell me everything.
It gets me much more comfortable with talking to hot people. Cheers.
Cheers, queers.
Mm-hmm. Let's bring it in.
We're all getting through the day. I'm in the crop top I wear every week. But this time I
Yeah.
added a skirt, but you normally can't see it. I might be in a skirt every week, but you just don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's a very nice, twill, this fabric.
Thank you. I don't know what that means.
Like a nice woven, a nice woven check, you know?
Twill.
A twill.
A twill.
It looks like a nice, I actually don't know what twill is either, but I know it's a type of weaving that is common in men's suiting.
Mm.
But it kind of, got expanded into workwear.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wear this to work.
It's very classy.
What are we talking about tonight?
Well, first of all, not to make it all about me, but let's
make it all about you.
Yeah, I recently celebrated, I almost said I celebrated a birth. Ugh. I did not celebrate a birth. I celebrated my birth.
That's a better narrative.
But from 35 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a journey we're all on together.
I know. And I'm no further in figuring out what all of this is than I was when I got here.
I think that's healthy.
Is it?
What are we supposed to figure out? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what actually we're here to discuss. Tonight we're talking about the law of diminishing returns, and
sensual.
Very approachable. And I think that can be applied to so many different things.
I'm listening.
But let's talk about life.
Yeah. Okay.
When you are young and you've got lots of soft cartilage,
mm-hmm.
and you've got lots of enthusiasm and energy and time.
And joie de vivre.
Yeah, I think you can access a lot of joy.
Yeah.
And the disappointing thing is that youth is wasted on the young. And so as you get older, you have access to more resources.
Mm-hmm.
More wisdom, more experience,
mm-hmm.
but you got a lot of back pain.
Yeah.
And everything you get jaded. Everything really this beef Wellington again.
Girl, I think that's
this fruit salad.
I think it is really interesting because I think back to when I was younger, and I'd be like, oh my god, what do you mean your back hurts? Just as that example, what do you mean? Well, you just have taken care of yourself. And now I'm like, you know what I mean? But that's what you thought when you were young.
Yeah.
That's what you thought. That's what everyone thought that. Don't make it about me being an asshole.
I have a story from when I got this car that I have now.
Okay.
And I got it in 2017, so I was in my 20s. And my mom, as a present for getting this car, got me a car pillow. She got me a little pillow with she also made the pillowcase, which was super cute. She gave me this pillow and she said, honey, everyone needs a car pillow. And I was like, what are you talking about?
No one knows what a car pillow is. By the way, if you're not in the Midwest, nobody knows what a car pillow is. But keep going.
You're about to know.
Approachable content.
You're about to learn because, listen, I put that pillow in the back seat of my car. Forgot who she was.
Yeah. I don't know her.
Didn't think about her a day in my life. And then I passed 30, and all of a sudden, I was visited by a new pain in my lumbar region.
The ghost of Christmas something, that bitch.
Yeah, and when you're new, you're like, wow, does everyone go through this? And
yeah.
Then, what am I supposed to do about this? There's only so much Tylenol I can take in a day.
Right. Yeah.
And then I realized she was in my back seat waiting for me all along.
Aww, your mom was looking out for you.
Yeah. Thanks, ma'am.
I have to do hot yoga 3 times a week, and I literally, or I can't, my back doesn't work. It's so wild that back in my 20s, I would work out to look good naked. Mm. And now I just work out to walk. Literally just to walk.
Ooh, TikTok.
Yeah, literally. Yes. It's rough.
And we don't mean the social media platform.
We don't. Delete it. It's terrifying.
We mean the analog clock on the wall that is measuring our distance from the abyss, from oblivion.
You
like the Reaper?
So fucking dark on your birthday.
No. That's why I got this little watch with this little skeleton guy on it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
TikTok, he's coming for us all.
So cute. So before we go there,
oh yeah,
you have a decision to make. In the decision tree of, would you like to show your readers your graph, or would you like to open your Christmas present? Oh, nope, birthday present.
Oh, no. Christmas came early this year.
Or extremely late.
Okay, well, because it's all about me, I want to touch on the graph just for a moment.
But this is the decision tree. You get to decide.
One and then the other? Can I have both?
Oh, obviously you are going. Yes, you are going to have both. This is not an either or. This is a yes and. It's just the order of what you want.
Okay. Let's talk about the graph.
Okay, the graph. Just everybody get ready. The graphics on this, hours. Our entire marketing department skipped their PTO.
Yeah.
Beth missed her own family vacation.
No.
Jonathan missed his wife's pregnancy and birth. Everyone just worked their asses off to get this graph done.
I had to fire half the team and honestly outsource it to a whole agency.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a competitive bidding process. We went with
an RFP.
Yep, we went with the most expensive, but honestly the best.
But you can't put a price on quality. So here we go. Oh my God. All right. So now that we've set the expectations impossibly high, this is what I want to show you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is a very simple...
Just have a minute.
It's a very simple sort of logarithmic relationship. Okay? Thank you. She did take the GRE. And this,
I took it too. I don't remember.
The horizontal axis is time, and the vertical axis is joy. And so what I want us to bring into the rest of this conversation is like, as time goes on, like things get better, right? And then you reach a certain plateau. And this is where things really start to get fucked up. Okay? You're like, why is my life terrible?
Okay.
That's here, right?
Yeah.
Not knowing that there's a cliff. You know what I mean? There's a cartoon waterfall. And you're just like desperately paddling to find your way back to some kind of equilibrium.
Right.
While things start to actively get worse. And that's where this comes in. I want you to zoom in on this really quick.
Yeah, really zoom in.
Yeah,
look at that.
I want you to look
3D
at the detail.
Rendering.
Yeah. Maybe just like I don't know if you can tell it's a slight holographic effect.
Just this part costs $5,000.
Yeah. Just focus it on that. It's kind of like one of those optical illusions. It's like slightly holographic, but you got to look at it just right.
And for a while.
For a long time. You got to really get in there.
So how does this apply to our lives?
Good question, Brooke. I'm so glad you asked that. I think that what we suffer from here is there's a third dimension that's not represented in this graph, and it's called expectations. Let that sit in. Let that sink in.
That darn tootin' horse. Expectations.
Yeah. Because if you look at the graph like this, everything looks terrible, right? If you look at the graph like this, can't even see it.
And if you look at the graph like this.
Yeah. What happened? Whimsy. Spontaneity. All of a sudden everything's great. Have a nice time sleeping tonight. So yeah, my point is this, Brooke. I mean, listen, if you want to be famous by 40, TikTok, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I was like, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends.
Make it last forever. Friendship never ends.
Sorry.
Be my lover. You gotta.
Anyways, we're doing fine.
Slam your body down and wind it all around.
Oh my God.
Wow,
we can't keep going.
No, that was great. I can't
Thank you.
go on.
You just handed me that. So, I think expectations are, it's so interesting because I think expectations, the weight of expectations on myself is so much worse than what others put on.
Your voice trembled for a moment there.
It's real. It's just so real. It's like, oh my God. I'm holding myself to the expectations that I don't think I would ever hold other people to.
Yeah. Are we going to cry on the dish?
Probably.
Oh
Statistically.
Statistically, it's bound to happen sooner or later.
Well, it's the first day of my period and my phone's not working, so it's anyone's guess.
There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going
on. I think, expectations are, oh God, what did Katya say? The expectations are premeditated regrets.
Oh, wow.
You got to get out of your own way.
I love that.
Yeah. You got to think about, like, okay, being famous by 40, is that my life's ambition? Why did I want to be famous in the first place? You know?
I think sometimes...
That's not my ambition, by the way. I'm not trying to be famous by 40.
But if
just
you
in case you think I'm
happened.
that delusional, I just want to clear up any misunderstandings.
You know, I think it's really amazing when our childhood dreams stay with us. And I think sometimes we don't spend enough time reflecting on, like, loving what they were and understanding that they evolve and understanding that they're still beautiful. So I'll give an example. So my mom and dad, when I was growing up, my dad was a triathlete. So he was on the road all the time. He was an Ironman in Kona. But before that, he had 1 million, like, qualifiers. So this is back in the day when, like, you didn't need a ton of money to be a triathlon. Like, you had, like, sponsors, but it wasn't really a millionaire sport at that point.
Yeah.
So, my mom and dad, my mom followed my dad. And my sister and I stayed with different relatives. And I stayed with this one set of relatives. And I really struggle staying in touch with them. Actually, they're family friends, but you know how it is with relatives, and family is family, and queer people get that. Mm-hmm. But I really struggle seeing them when I go to my hometown. Because every time I see them, besides the fact that they, like, have asked me questions like, is gay marriage like normal people marriage? But that's fine. Irrelevant to that.
Yeah.
What has been more frustrating...
That's just expected.
Yeah, it was just part of the course. Mm-hmm. Is, especially with their generation, not to, like, stereotype, but they're, you know, of a certain age where, like, it's catching them up. And I believe in the power of growth, and then I believe in the power of also saving your energy. But every time I see them, they're like, why aren't you on Broadway? Why aren't you singing on Broadway? Like, why aren't you singing?
Because I'm busy.
And I'm just like, well, I remember calling them after I passed the bar exam, and I was so excited. Mm-hmm. And that was really probably the last time they were in my life semi-regularly. And they were like, but what are you going to do when you start singing on Broadway?
Oh, my God.
And it was just like,
ooh.
Nah! Like, I was just like, what is happening? You know what I mean? And again, like, my dreams have evolved from when I was 6.
Yeah.
But I get that people also fall in love with your dreams and with who you are at certain stages of your life. And we've seen that with friendships where it's like you revisit a friendship and you're like, oh, no.
Yeah. I was the performer in the family as well. Mm-hmm. No one was ever like, what are you going to do when you get on Broadway? So I'm grateful for that. But it was kind of like, hey, when is that performance career going to take off?
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you're like, it is. This is it.
Yeah. And I'm like, listen, I love that you have such high expectations of me. But, like, at every stage in my life, I was like, let's be real. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, let's just settle for keeping a job.
Right. like ooh. Like, have you looked around lately at late-stage capitalism? Give us all a break. So, it's really
best
hard
thing we have to look forward to is getting another pack of nails. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm still using the Laura Mercier lipstick that I got as a sample from Sephora. Mm-hmm. And I have no regrets. I haven't bought anything. I need to buy new makeup. I need to update my stock. So...
maybe we could do some Estee Lauder.
Clinique. My mom used to, like, buy us that acid from Clinique that you'd, like, rub on your face when you were a teenager.
Oh, yeah, like
scrubbed off a part of your body.
Yeah, like the toning
oh, my God.
stuff. I don't even know what that's called.
Destroyed my skin growing up. Mm-hmm. And every time we got a zit, my mom would come up to us and go, are you not using the wash I bought?
Oh, wow.
And it was great. And then eventually we'd look at her and go, no, just covered my face in olive oil and went to bed. I'm like, fuck you. Wow. I'm a teenager.
It's a good thing our family doesn't watch this show. Listen, I want to say one other thing.
Yes.
I want to pause to say one other thing, which is like, let's, to pull the thread a little bit more about fame. Mm-hmm. I want to say, listen, I love that we are at a place where we can name all of our biggest fans by name.
Right.
Joseph, my dad, Charlotte, Amy, Denise, Sam.
Oh, Sam!
Ed. You know what I mean? It's like, if I want to challenge, I want to challenge the idea that when you've made it, you sort of have engineered this anonymity of another kind. Mm-hmm.
We've done it.
Look how full, look how rich with love we are. Yeah, I thought you were gonna point out we're here.
We have nothing but joy.
We have so much left to give.
We surely do. All right, I want to give you your birthday gift.
I wish you would.
Okay.
I'm ready for
so
it.
I traveled a lot, and it's been a really stressful couple weeks, but I didn't wrap it.
But in all that time,
I did not wrap it.
She never forgot.
So
the woman.
That is your gift. It is in a box that I found in my garage. And before you open it, I just want to say to Joseph, who might be watching later, I nailed the birthday gift. Good luck in the friend competition. I have already won. All right, here we go. It's not a competition, but I'm a white lady, and you know I love gift giving as a love language. Godspeed, Joseph.
You know what, you love it better than most too. Is this my new car pillow?
Yeah. Yes.
I love
it's for severe lower back pain. That's just old. It's not.
Oh, Clarence. I don't know what that is.
It's skincare
for
the elderly.
Girl, thank you so much. Not only do I love packing peanuts, I love this textured paper that you use to pack delicate things. That was so thoughtful.
You know what? I'm the gift that keeps on giving. So
there's more?
I had to bring it in my carry-on.
Yeah.
Because I didn't trust TSA.
Why would you?
Who would? So.
It smells like the forest floor just after a rain.
It's so close to that.
What is this? Surely this doesn't say what I think it says.
It surely does.
It's got a tiny little tombstone in it. Okay, so is this just you trying to get me to curse on this family-friendly program?
First of all, we never said this was family-friendly. I would like to point out.
Never claimed it.
So, let me give some context for this amazing gift where I nailed it.
Before or after I tell them what it's called?
The only thing Eileen loves more than being sexy on stage is death.
Is being sexy in a graveyard.
And I feel like I will leave the rest of that story for her to keep. But I could not help myself when I found the perfect combination of really nice smell, rose petals. Show the viewers at least the candle.
Oh, you're going to get a full view of all of this.
Oh, yes. Okay.
But look at this rose petal suspended. It's got a tiny little tombstone in there that says R.I.P. That's quality right there. That is adorable.
Very quality.
I think the tombstone is also made of molded wax.
Oh, that's cool. So it'll like melt down.
Yeah. That's
That'll
great. So it doesn't just float, although that'd be fun too, but it doesn't just float.
I feel like the rose petals
candle.
have really held up.
Yeah, it's a soy candle. We loved saving the bees. It's from Rockville, Tennessee. I don't know where that is, but
I don't either. The brand is called Bat's Breath.
Bat's Breath. And the name of the candle, I think is what we've all been trying to get to, is called Freshly Fucked Grave.
Amazing.
Incredible.
No notes.
Iconic.
Look at the figure on the...
I know.
I love it.
Look at that penitence. Look at that solemnity.
She really did take the GRE, and she's really rubbing our face in it.
I sure did. You haven't really lived until you've used the noun form of solemn.
Solemnity.
Solemnity. It's great.
Anyways, happy birthday. I love you.
Girl, thank you. I love you too.
Good luck, Joseph.
In this world and beyond. It's
Cheers.
got... Clink with the candle. It's got petrichor. Very goth. It's got petrichor, cypress, and sage. And let me tell you what, viewers at home, I'm sorry that this is not Smell-O-Vision with John Waters.
That would have been awesome.
In the movie Polyester.
So good.
But this really is a special smell.
Thank you. You're a special gal.
You know what? I know it's my birthday, but I want to celebrate you today.
Oh, girl, you know my love language is gift giving. Yo.
Thank you. I can't wait to burn it. Maybe now.
You're like, we don't know. We just don't know. You know, it's really difficult to find. What do you get the woman who has it all? You know what I mean?
You know what? We're sharing and understanding this problem.
It's a serious problem.
I think I'm going to get
out. Have matches.
I think I'm going to get the book of matches from your wedding.
Oh, that's adorable.
I'm going to get the book of matches from your wedding.
My dad stole a bunch. And I was like, Dad, you didn't steal them. We bought them. He's like, I stole a bunch of matches. I was
so
like,
funny.
I bought them.
Now, thankfully, this is my home, so there's no fire code that we need to contend with?
No.
Oh, shit.
What's that mean?
Sometimes a match just goes out. Means we drop it right in there.
Oh, yeah, light it together.
And we burn it along with the candle.
All right. Really light it. Really get it going. Do we need a dish cam?
Maybe I should not cackle so fiercely so I don't put it out with my own fetid breath.
dear viewers, the hard part about buying a gift for Miss Eileen Galvin is if she wants a rhinestone, she buys it herself. So we are so excited about that. Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
Thank you very much for letting the truth be told.
Oh, love it. Oh. Oh my God. One of my old friends, he is married to a woman. My condolences for the Straits. And to piss off, his wife would always get so annoyed because whenever he was cooking, he'd be like really dramatically, and I love doing it now.
Would you like to recite a Catholic prayer for us?
Ooh!
Maybe some in nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti.
Just a couple oh my Jesuses.
Oh my Jesuses.
Here's the thing, you gotta remember, I was raised extremist Catholic, but I was also raised white trash Catholic. So it was like a lot of oh my Jesuses. You know the oh my Jesus?
No.
Oh, it's a classic. It's a Christmas classic. It's an any time of the year classic. I was raised so white trash Catholic that when we would make rosaries and then take them to the priest to bless them, because by the way, the rosaries are just jewelry until you take them to a priest.
Oh,
and
right,
he blesses them.
Right,
and then they're special. You need a man to touch it before it's special. Very Catholic. Specifically a priest.
Tell me about it.
Anyway.
Oh, too far. Go on.
Is that too far?
I don't know.
Is it too far?
Hold on. Not far enough.
Not far enough. So we would go, and every little kid, so I had 15 first cousins, and every little kid would jockey to be the one to go with my aunt to get the rosaries blessed. We would fight for the position.
This is a serious question. Why?
I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah.
This is how white trash we were. Because he'd give us $1.
$1?
And that's real money.
That's some walking around money.
That's some fucking... When you're
back
7?
in 1995, yeah.
Fuck off! All y'all motherfuckers. I'm gonna get all the Super Balls.
Oh my gosh.
What are you gonna do about it?
Hey, listen.
Quarters.
Listen, 95, $1, that's a lot of gumballs. That's
4
all I'm saying.
Gumballs.
4 to be specific.
Unless they're little gumballs, and then it's like 25.
Ooh, then can you imagine how many nerds you can get?
Oh my God. What a cornucopia of nerds. Yeah.
Little known fact about Charlotte Belland, if you were at home.
Ooh, you were at home.
Charlotte loves nerds.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that about Charlotte.
And now you all know that too.
Here's the thing about nerds that always made me nervous, and maybe Charlotte has a plan for it. She strikes me as the
Charlotte,
Elizabeth Warren of nerds. She has a plan for that.
Yeah.
There was always 2 colors. You know what I mean? And that stressed me out. I needed to either have one color or all of them mixed.
I've got good news for you. They sell nerds in a box with just one flavor.
Oh, I thought it was always the 2.
No, you could get 2 or you could get a variety pack, but they sell packages of nerds that just have one flavor.
I feel like this is going to come out sideways if I have a run for office and this clip gets cut and put into an ad about segregation or something. I feel like I have to talk about all the nerds being fine, commingling, and getting married.
Have you ever been on Reddit? I'm not fine with all the nerds commingling.
Oh my God.
We were supposed to talk about diminishing returns and relationships.
You just reminded me. I had a medical.
Joseph is gonna give us so much shit for this.
Give a fuck. Kill Eileen's birthday.
Continue with your story. It's my birthday. We can talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Yes, we can. So, I had a medical procedure done a little while back, and I was talking to one of the practitioners in the experience, because it's never just one. It's the pre-op and the procedure and the
lots of paperwork.
Lots of paperwork, lots of practitioners. Mm-hmm. And one of the guys who was helping with some of the pre-op work, I was like, I'm a little nervous about XYZ, and I don't know a lot about it. You know what this fucking medical professional told me? Which was the best advice he gave me? He said, go on Reddit. I was like, what? He said, go on Reddit. Anything a doctor is going to tell you, that's fine. But this particular procedure, it's different for everyone. And if you want, an aggregate experience, go on Reddit. And I was like, what is fucking happening? You're a fucking medical professional.
Take my hand. I'm going to be so fucking for real with you right now. And now that we've broken the seal on the F word, I'm going to drop so many fucks.
What? I didn't know we weren't swearing.
I have a weird professional persona, that even Uncovered Dish, that I
did not know you didn't swear Uncovered Dish.
Mama, roll the tapes. I swear Uncovered Dish.
Roll the tapes!
I just pretend like I don't.
Okay,
here's the thing. When I was going through my psych med journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, comment, and subscribe. You try so many different drugs, and you get the opinion of the medical professional, but then you go to the subreddit for Zoloft. You go to the subreddit for Lexapro.
Yeah.
You go to the subreddit for Prozac. And you read all the experiences, all the different dosages. Here's what's happened when I went up. Here's what I went down. Here's what I weaned myself off. Here's what happened to my sex drive. Here's, you can't drink with this one. Oh, you should drink with this one. You know what I mean? You have to really, phone a friend. Lots of friends.
That is wild.
Yeah, I didn't know that about surgeries. But, I mean, generally speaking, it's a good idea to do some of your own research.
Yeah.
But then also, check in with you about how good you are about doing research.
Well, right.
Because, I think you doing medical research is fine because you are, what's happening?
Well, just it was a little too much bra, so you just gotta boop.
You're welcome. That's for our highest level of Patreon subscribers.
Cut it in post. Anyways.
Yeah, but
yeah, you gotta be careful,
I mean?
obviously, and everything's. But it was really about what his example was. Read about this for the aggregate experience.
Yes.
Right. So not about what you're going to go through.
Right.
But in a comparative sense, because it was look, you're gonna have XYZ side effects, but there's a myriad of side effects, and everybody's different. And I was just it was almost like crowdsourced symptoms. Mm-hmm. And it was really helpful, which was
absolutely
unbelievable that I got that advice from a medical practitioner, but it was obvious it was the best advice I got in the whole experience. Well,
listen, all of you at home, if you take one thing from this, it had better be this graph. I'm just kidding. It's not the graph.
Your birthday gift to Eileen is giving a shit about this. Mm-hmm. It just makes me sad that we end here. So am I in this? Am I getting cremated here?
That's up to you. Choose your own adventure.
Well, it's fire, though.
Yeah, I mean...
It's really probably...
Fire's fun, okay? Everyone likes pyrotechnics. You think Beyonce is gonna, wow the Super Bowl crowd? Actually, that's a bad example. She's gonna wow the Super Bowl crowd.
Yeah, that is a bad example.
Still.
Yeah. That wasn't your finest.
We're losing our audience. My point is, if you take one thing from this episode, it should be to do just a little bit of healthy research on whatever medical journey you're on.
Okay, but what's another piece of advice about this graph?
Oh, so the law of diminishing returns, I think, leads us to what the best remedy for the law of diminishing returns is. How do we break ourselves out of this? One is shifting your expectations. The other one is a little thing we like to call quality over quantity. Mm-hmm.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Just think about how much you're trying to do over time, and are you focusing in on the little things? Because you could have a whole series of these, right? This isn't just your whole life. This is my macrame. This is my, mushroom hunting. This is my, this is my job, right? There's so many different opportunities for you to access joy. And I think it has to do with, follow the money. I think it has to do with, I don't know why I said that. I think it has to do with appreciating things in your life because they bring you joy and value, and not trying to overload yourself with the number of experiences you're engaging in. Same things with relationships. You polyamorous people at home, when I was in my 20s, I was like, oh my God, I'd love to have, the more the better. Mm-hmm. I'd like to have friendships and relationships with 20 people, 30 people.
Yeah.
And now, at 35, I'm like, bye.
Well, and I think, it's also about the quality. And I think you kind of hit it on the head, which is, the quality of relationships. You get less patient as you get older with bullshit. Oh my God, I unfollowed so many people on Instagram last year. It was so rewarding.
Yeah. It's really nice to establish firm and well-communicated boundaries with people in your life. And that's not just for relationships. I've got a friend who I would maybe like to see them more often, but they literally did sit me down and said, listen, I've got 4 really close friendships in my life. I care about you a lot, but I want to see you every 6 months. They literally told me this.
I love that.
And I said,
imagine if everyone was that honest.
Right. Yeah. I was like, can I text you more? And they were like, oh, love that. You can text me. Send me all the reels on Instagram. I'm not going to look at them right away. But if you think of me, Send me a little reel on Instagram. Eventually I'll get to it.
I've had to have like multiple conversations with people because I don't have TikTok, and I'm like, people send me reels, and I'm like, look, I gotta limit how much I engage with that content just for my brain.
Totally.
And every friend I've told, including you, is fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
That's not how my brain works. And I'm envious of people who can handle that. I just can't. So I think it's just all about being honest, but I do also want to acknowledge that we are over time, but also more importantly, this point,
who cares about that?
Which is, I think it's really telling when you try to draw a boundary with an individual and they can't handle it, right? And I think that's the other piece. Like, that's where my 30s has just become like me with a machete. Like, just being like, okay, these friendships are over. Because it's just like, hey, like, I can't, especially because of my travel schedule. And, like, I'll be in cities for days at a time, not weeks. And I can't see everyone.
Yeah.
That wants to see me. But I also want to acknowledge a lot of the people who say they want to see me also feel obligated. And I'm like, let me release you from the burden of obligation. You know what I mean? And when I'll go to a city for a couple days, someone will see it and be like, on my social media or something, and be like, oh my God, you're in town, let's get together. And I'm like, no, we're not, I don't need to play this game.
Yeah.
Because you also have a life.
And maybe you haven't quite figured that out yet. Like, I think we're all in varying stages of alignment with our relationships. And oh my God, someone at work today said this, and write this down, because it blew my mind. She said, in lieu of trust, we need more transparency.
Oh.
I loved that. And what she meant by that, in that context, was, if you don't have the level of trust where you understand what's going on, there's less you need to talk about, right?
But most people don't have that.
So you have to be more transparent with your expectations.
And that's hip hop. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be back probably next week.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy that blessed life you're going to have because we solved all your problems.
Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for tuning in. Joseph, I love you if you're watching.
I'd like to speak directly to you, Joseph.
Well, I came for him tonight, so I just want to be thoughtful.
Oh, that's very nice.
But I also killed the birthday gift.
You sure did. Look at this. Look at this. All right. Listen, kids, if things get too hard, you can always find us right here on Tuesday nights on Covered Dish. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.